Okay, so this is my heavy lower body session for the end of week 2. This is my first heavy session back since my SI joint did something weird on Wednesday the previous week. I was just doing some broad jumps and it just went pop. And yeah, it wasn't great and I was on painkillers for a few days. So I'm just getting back into it. This is just the first set to basically test out how I'm going to feel on the day. Most of the pain's gone and I'm just making sure I'm moving sort of loosely and fluidly. Again, just a bit more force here, some side to side work. All that good stabilisation, dynamic control, flexibility. You can see the big difference between left and right in the way I do this. Left, super confident, takes the force well. Right, most of me even wobbling just as I get on the block. And you can see all of the hesitancy in each foot contact. And yeah, I just stack it and knock the pile over on my like third rep for this one. Yeah, that's why I'm working it, to try and get that right leg more able to do this, to do these dynamic things, and to absorb force quickly and, while maintaining good positions and stability. All this stuff here, just building the ability to yield in those jumps, and then coming over to these which are almost purely concentric emphasis, at least, a bit of a counter movement, but we're not dealing with absorbing big force at all. Yeah, get some of the easy box jumps in. It's a 24-inch box. Most of these just off a step. And then we just try some landings, a couple of different positions. So it's a little split stance, shoving my knees forward really hard, so it's very quad dominant. Just preparing all those tissues in my knees for big forces in landings and in decelerations, all that kind of stuff. So these are still pretty yieldy. I think in a minute I do some stiff single leg landings. Yeah, there we go. And you can see the lateral stability difference between the sides. How my left leg sort of absorbs things, keeps me where I am, and the right leg usually wants me to tip me off to one side or the other. Usually more dumping me into pronation than spilling me inside. Yeah, that's a bit better. Cool. Yeah, this is the first go at really loading the back since the injury. This is a warm-up set of deadlift. This is just 120, get some reps in. Doing 8s today. I planned to do 140 for 2 8s today, but I thought, while tolerance is still going to be pretty low, I'd just do ramping sets instead. So set of 8 at 120, followed by set of 8 at 140. Yeah, so this is 140, and it's moving just fine. It's fairly happy. Very glad actually afterwards I kept the volume low, because I had proper erector soreness for the first time in years after these sessions. The SI joint and all that stuff felt great, but actual muscle soreness in the back, which is a real novelty for me. Yeah, these are my deficit reverse lunges, front foot elevated reverse lunges. Playing at double speed, so I'm just doing a lot of reps in a row. Big range of motion for the hip, big range of motion for the knee, tons of glute, tons of quad, bit of adductor. Just do one set here to keep the volume down, because I'm super sensitive to volume at the moment. Next up, this is a hip dominant bridge for the hamstrings. Plan just to do a 2-legged as a way of easing myself back in, but it felt so simple I turned it into a march. This is just 40 kilos. Trying to keep the knees fairly extended, but yeah, they're doing their best to swipe me and bend as much as possible. Yeah, here I try and really emphasise keeping the hips extended as I go. But yeah, much less of an ISO here, but yeah, still really good work for that end of the hamstring. That's a minute's hold. And finally, got my knee dominant hamstring ISOs. These are more of an eccentric. Just trying to last as long as I can in this position and go for a minute. If I drop to the bottom, I just curl back a little bit and go right back in. Use that sort of eccentric, quasi-isometric ideas that the functional range conditioning a lot use. They're pretty great, very, very tough.